It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, the 10th of May. I'm Michael Groff. Hot and dry conditions will continue here in the southwest today. We start to turn windy tomorrow as a trough approaches the region. Cooler temperatures coming in here for the weekend. And just how long do those cooler temps last? And do we have any threat of rain anytime soon? We'll talk about it. First, we start with the almanac from yesterday. 105 degrees, the high in the valley after a morning low of 74. Well above average, but shy of that record high of 108 degrees set in 1934. Outside right now at the unfathomably early hour of 3:30 a.m. We've got mostly clear skies in the valley. 79 degrees presently at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 34, humidity 20%. The winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across south central Arizona this early morning, mostly in the upper 70s and low 80s for many of us, but the cool spots like Fort McDowell, upper 60s right now. Water vapor satellite view, still have ridging here across the southwest, but you do see the trough developing over the Pacific Northwest, and that will become the dominant weather feature for us starting tomorrow and into the weekend. Taking a look at the watch warning map, a fire weather watch in effect for much of Arizona and some red flag warnings as well. The elevated fire danger in full effect with very dry conditions, low humidities, and gusty winds anticipated in here tomorrow. The risk of wildfires is elevated across much of the southwest. We've got a slight risk of severe storms today across much of Nebraska as well as parts of the Northeast. Some of the major hubs there, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia in that slight risk. The marginal risk for many of those adjacent states. And rainfall for the next 7 days, forget it. Nothing statewide, as the threat of rain here in the dry season is just very minimal. Let's talk about our weather in more detail as we get to the models. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. There's that trough developing over the Pacific Northwest today. Southwest flow out ahead of that, and down at the surface today, mostly sunny skies, maybe just a few high clouds from time to time. It'll become breezy this afternoon. High temperatures still hot, 102 to 105. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows mainly in the 60s in the cool spots, mid-70s in the urban core. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning, a few clouds in the afternoon. It will turn windy with southwest winds increasing to 10 to 25 miles per hour. Some gusts to 40 miles per hour. And watch out for patches of blowing dust, more widespread organized blowing dust across the open deserts of southeast California and southwest Arizona, especially after noon tomorrow. So be aware of that. And high temperatures falling off just a bit, upper 90s to about 102. Saturday, that trough that's bringing us the windy conditions stays mainly north of Arizona, continues to deepen. Rainfall stays several hundred miles north of the valley. And high temperatures falling off a bit further, mid-90s or so on Mother's Day, Sunday. Mostly sunny skies, highs upper 80s and low 90s. More or less the same thing on Monday, highs around 90. Any rainfall, any precipitation chances stay north of Arizona with the shortwave trough persisting there. Tuesday, the ridge tries to build back in. High temperatures climb back into the mid and upper 90s. Wednesday, we've got another upper low beginning to slide down the west coast. Some precipitation in the Sierra and across parts of the Pacific Northwest. We stayed dry. High temperatures still anywhere from 96 to 100 or so. Then a week from today, this is Thursday, the 17th of May, an upper low continues around the west coast. Southwest flow around here. High temperatures, mid-90s or so. Here's Friday, the 18th. If this is right, we've got an upper low beginning to move our way. And temperatures could be backing off. The winds could be picking up. Maybe a few clouds coming in. Perhaps some precipitation chances in northern Arizona. But this is still pretty far out. And that seems like a fairly low risk potential at this point. High temperatures mainly in the low and middle 90s. And then this is the end of the 10-day forecast period. Saturday, the 19th of May. And troughing persists around the southwest. High temperatures likely a little bit below average, maybe upper 80s and low 90s. Let's check the temperatures coming off the GFS ensemble through the period. We'll keep it warm today and tomorrow, a little bit cooler for the weekend. Highs backing off into the 90s. Maybe one of those days we only get into the upper 80s. We'll just have to see. And the yo-yo of temperatures will continue into next week. And that'll just about do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video comes back here tomorrow morning. And if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there and have yourselves a great Thursday.